After a series of slashing incidents in the New York City subways, crime-fighting group Guardian Angels are going back underground for the first time since 1994. The group of unarmed volunteers will be regularly patrolling the city's rails. The group, known for their red berets, were started back in 1979 by Curtis Sliwa in an effort to quell the violence in the subway system. They've since grown into a force of 5,000 plus fighting crime around the world. But after multiple incidents of strangers slashing New York commuters with knives, Sliwa is refocusing his efforts on the subway. Our cameraman, Chris Arnone, caught up with Sliwa on the job. Take a look.
What you do is you have two separate units, one that is patrolling the subway cars that are in the back of the train, which is where most of the problems take place, and we're patrolling the cars in the front of the train where occasionally problems take place, and this way we have the entire train covered. Keep two together. What makes us different is we're not just eyes and ears. It's not see something, say something. We see a crime, you're getting slashed. Our first job is to stop the slashing, grab the suspect, hold them on the ground until the police come. Or if it's just a basic fight and dispute, break it up, get people to go on their own way, so nobody has to be arrested, nobody has to go to jail. But in the meantime, you have a calming effect, whereas oftentimes the police, they're just not in a position to be able to do that because they're not riding the trains. Yeah. The police commissioner, who used to be in charge of transit, so you know better, blamed it on people who were sleeping on the subway. Well, if you're working 2-3 jobs, naturally you're going to sleep on the subway. But nobody who got slashed on the subway out of the 10 slashings, nobody was asleep. So that's a deflection. That's a distraction from what the real problem is. Emotionally disturbed people who are roaming the subways, who strike out with horrific violence, and they do so with knives, they do so with razor blades, shivs, homemade weapons, and then they run away.
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing? What's your name? Well, the passengers are very happy that we've returned, because obviously they don't see cops. If they saw cops, they would say, like, well, you know, it was great in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s when crime was out of control, but Curtis, maybe we don't need you as much. But we're beginning to slip backwards. And I think people are grateful that we're re-upping our presence. I don't think there's anybody in the city of New York who thinks we're safer other than the police commissioner and the mayor, who are delusional. They must be in a drug-induced psychosis. Yeah. So right now, everyone on the train has been impacted by a guardian angel. Good? You got it?